Have you ever wondered how one of the world's most popular and most played sports came to be? Today I'm going to talk about the origin of basketball and its history. I'm also going to talk about its impact on society and the economy. According to Springfield College, basketball was created there by a class instructor named James Naismith. Now I'm going to tell you more about the story and about how the game was first created. Gulick, his boss, needed a game that could be played indoors because of the fast approaching cold weather in Boston. Nobody could come up with a game, so he approached Naismith with the task. He gave Naismith a class, and James went straight to work. He spent a long time working on the game and how it should be played. He finally created the game by taking elements from other popular sports at the time, such as American and English rugby, soccer, and lacrosse. These elements were things such as passing, scoring a goal, and the shape and size of the ball. He also made sure that the game could be played inside and outside with large amounts of people. Naismith created it to be played this certain way, but that quickly evolved. This leads straight into my next point, where I'm going to talk about the history and the evolution of the sport. Basketball has a long history, but I'm just going to list some of these important dates. The first game of basketball was played in Springfield in 1892, and it was the instructors versus the students. This is when Naismith first realized that he needed to make the game run more smoothly, as it was very rough and most of the kids end up hurt. And basketball became an Olympic sport in 1936 at the Berlin Games in Germany. This is at the height of Hitler's run as chancellor. NCAA men's basketball started 3 years later, March 17th in 1939. And 7 years after that, the NBA was founded on June 6th in 1946. And the first game was played the same year in November. The rules of the game evolved over time, but we first have to see how it was first played in the beginning. According to the Triangle in USA Basketball, there were 13 original rules of basketball. Rules like passing, fouling, scoring a goal, and how long each game was. These rules changed over the years, and other rules were added, such as dribbling the ball, the addition of a backboard, and longer games. Basketball was created in the US, but it quickly spread to other parts of the world. This creates different styles of play that develop in other countries. And more players create more competition, and more pro leagues that start to be created in other countries. These leagues create more jobs, as well as other things like more competition in Olympic Games, and more overseas players coming to America to compete with Americans, as well as Americans going overseas to different pro leagues and playing there and earning money, as well as spreading different styles of play to those different countries as well. This leads into my last point, how basketball impacts the society and the economy. Basketball gives their athletes a platform. Most pro basketball players have a lot of followers, and they're like celebrities. They're held to a higher standard, but their platform also gives them a chance to speak on different topics they feel that are important, such as racial inequality or other things. They also donate or raise profits for multiple organizations, and also raise money for businesses and raise awareness for different small businesses. Basketball also teaches young kids valuable lessons such as teamwork, persistence, and sportsmanship. Most importantly, basketball brings communities together and breaks down the race barrier, as teammates of different races learn to compete and play together. Lastly, basketball has a huge influence on the economy, especially in America. Big companies such as the NCAA and NBA bring in millions of dollars. Professional athletes make millions of dollars. They also spend a lot of money. This cycle creates money influx. Basketball organizations create jobs for people also. They create jobs for people in the community, and those people go and spend money in that community, and this creates a cycle In conclusion, to summarize my points, we talked about the origin of basketball, its history and evolution, and the influence on the economy and the society. Basketball is arguably the world's biggest sport, and it is still growing and evolving every day. And more people are starting to play the sport every day. It is also being played in different countries as well, as I said earlier.